Sit back, relax, put your belt on, and enjoy the show.
The last game of the round, the Chiefs and the Blues. Nelson.
Mate, what an exciting game. This is going to be something that, we're both all waiting for here. We've got potentially the return of Dalton Papali'i from his concussion, maybe Mark Talia from his concussion. Harry was, speculating who'd be Narawa playing on the wing last week. He was pretty disappointed.
Hipkins as well was on the list, and they picked Bryce Heem. They
brought out the old man who runs like a weirdo.
Old man Heems.
Who, to be fair, I thought he was all right.
He did actually have an all right game, yeah.
He did a couple of good things. But look, I mean, the first thing of this is how good is this back row battle going to be? Do we have Bashir, Kane, Jacobson as the back row for the Chiefs? God, I hope we do, because that's what we've all been waiting for, what we all want to see. And how does this Blues back row shape up? Obviously, we have Satutu at 8. We have Akira at 6. Who do we see? They've got Robinson on the bench as well. He's absolutely amazing. Is he going to come on and get some time in that back row, or is he going to be coming in the locks? Dalton Papali'i, surely you think he's going to be the guy to return and start, or what are we thinking?
If Dalton's not fit, I actually genuinely think that they should play Big Sauce at 7. I don't think they need a typical 7.
So good when he came on. Big Sauce.
Yeah, why do you need someone going for pilfers when you can just knock everyone off the park?
Yeah, seriously. There's plenty of teams that are doing it these days. I actually genuinely think it's a good option for them.
It's actually probably a fair point.
And we haven't had, as Nelson, you're alluding to it, but we haven't had any updates on Lachlan Boshier, have we? I think the latest from the casualty ward, which you can find up on the blog, is no new updates on that, unfortunately. So a lot of anxious people, particularly you two, who are very keen to see one of the players of Super Rugby 2020 come back.
Jacobson owner, I do not want to see Boshier come back.
True. Well, Jacobson, God, he's been good, hasn't he?
He has been good. Expected.
He's been brilliant. Someone who I think is living up to some of that potential, I think as expected, but maybe he was undervalued, is Takiaho. He's been really, really good coming into his own. And boy, oh boy, was he awesome last week. He is an exciting hooker. I don't know how the Kiwis keep doing it, but they just have these dynamic hookers one after each other.
Mate, he's powerful. He's got skills. I mean, he made a line break in the middle of the field to set up that first try. Yeah, he's awesome. The only big mistake he did make was he obviously didn't know how to stay at the back of the rolling maul and hold onto the ball and get a try as the hooker, and so instead passed it back and let a lock get a try. I mean, that's a big failing for a hooker, particularly in fantasy rugby. So Harry was very ecstatic about that, but. No, but he was great, though. He was really good.
A big question mark for the Chiefs, Caleb Trask or Bryn Gatlin. Look, I think we were alluding to this a little bit earlier. You were, Craigs. Harry disagreed. But look, Trask was not really up to it in defence last week. I think he really suits them in attack a bit better than Gatlin. Gatlin only really offers that kick. But, it was one match. It was one match. Trask in the last 2 years has made 50 out of 55 tackles. Gatlin has made 6 of 11 in professional footy in the last 2 years. Anything above might have 10 or anything like that. So look, he does in history have relatively good defense. He got found out last week. That's a channel I'd be attacking if he was there. But look, I think Trask is the man to get the start this week.
I disagree.
Or do they think Gatlin will be more suited to this matchup with the
I just
Blues?
think Gatlin has another level of composure. I agree Trask hits the line quite well.
He's composed.
But I actually genuinely think you guys are underrating Gatlin. I think he's better than you give him credit for.
I just think, look, Gatlin really wants to play for the Chiefs, but mate, he just doesn't suit the team. The Chiefs are about chaos and anarchy.
Yeah.
They just attack at the true meaning of attack at all costs. And just the difference for me was evident in that game about Trask just attacking the line. And what that did was bring his entire back line up so much quicker and faster. So they were running onto the ball with a lot more speed, creating a lot more opportunities. I just think Gatlin is a great player, and it's interesting. He could be a better player against the Blues if they want to play a slower, kind of more composed, Northern Hemisphere type of game. But I don't think that's what they want to do. I think they
Look,
literally want to try the Highlanders game plan
Craig,
and run the Blues off their feet.
I entirely agree with you, but there's a clear solution if that's it. It's you move D-Mac to 10 and you bring on Harry's man Chase Tiatia at fullback. That's it. It's not.
Well,
right.
I'll agree with you that Chase has to get on the field, mate. He was unbelievable when he came on.
He was exciting. Look, I'd love to see that. I mean, as a D-Mac owner, I'd prefer him to be at 15, but
I mean, while we're on that point as well, Tani Nanasatura's defense has been awful. Yes, he can step and break a tackle, but his defense has been horrendous. And Jonah Lowe, other than being lightning quick chasing a tackle that he couldn't actually finish off, was again yet to do anything. So I think there's opportunity for Tiatia to be on the field. He was excellent off the bench.
Mate, Sean Wainui should be back on that right wing for sure, right?
I agree.
Wainui and Tiatia should be their wings
Put
this week.
Ateni Nanasatura on the bench.
As a finisher. Another question mark is that centre pairing. Do we see the same as we saw last week with Tapea at 12, Anton Leonard-Brown at 13? Look, we all love Nankerville, and we've talked him up in recent years. He's come in and out of that team. It's hard to know where he fits into this picture. They have rotated them a lot.
But I don't think it's that hard. I think it's Quinn Tapea and ALB.
Yeah, I don't have my Quinn Tapia coloured glasses on, but I thought he was awesome last week. He was just really good. And I think he's one of those guys who's really, really strong in contact. Like, he doesn't look like it, but the way he bounced people off in both attack and defence, he's insanely strong.
Yeah. But look, I mean, this is something that they really want to attack, that chaos you're talking about, Craigs. That 10-12 channel of probably Black and maybe Plummer or Fayani, that could be a weak point for them in defense. So this is something that the Chiefs need to get right if they're going to win this one. For the Blues, surely you start Eklund. Do you start him?
He's scored
surely
2 tries in 30 minutes, and he can't even get red carded when he tips someone on their head. He's immune.
And
start him.
Do we see the merry-go-round of props happening? Big Carl, he only got 20 minutes. Carl Tuinukuanafi. I butchered that. Wow, it's late, boys.
Damn.
I'm almost being Cargie.
The bomb squad, mate.
Yeah, look, did we see the bomb squad? He only got 20 minutes last week. Is Alex Hodgman the clear number 1?
I think so.
Yeah. So let's just see. Finlay Christie, he was exciting off the bench. We talked him up a lot pre-season. It was good to see him back in the team for them. He gave them good, quick ball, which is something when you've got such a good back line and a lot of, good, strong attackers, you've got a good, strong forward pack. He might be, that missing link that they need to, really take it to the next level.
Yeah, absolutely agree.
All right, how do we see it going?
Look, Harry, I'll let you go.
Hold on, I got one other point.
Oh, sorry. Did I skip? I skipped
10.
it. I skipped it. My bad.
Put Parafranchise at 10. That was my point.
Mate, I said that at the start of the year. You guys shut me down on that.
How good? No way. I've always liked him at 10. I love him having the ball and then having a crack at the line. Like, how many times did he almost break the Crusaders' defense? And that back line is lightning quick. He almost got through so many times against any other team. He had a couple of line breaks. I
even have a Terra Black in my team, and I still want to see Parafranchise at 10. And that also means that you can bring on either Imoni Narawa to fullback or Zahn Sullivan, Will Jordan 2.0. Bring him on. Come on.
Or Bryce Heem.
No, don't bring on Bryce Heem, please.
Bryce Heem for sure. But look, Craigs, here you go. You were the one who posed the question. Who do you think will win this one?
The Blues.
And by how much?
I reckon a solid 10 points.
Harry?
I disagree. I think that the Blues are going to get some real dominance out of their scrum. But with that, if they can minimise the amount of handling errors and the amount of scrums, I think the Chiefs have got a real chance. And I think they're very good. Tails up, hopefully, after breaking, getting the duck off their back of the win. So I think they're going to win by 2 points and cause a huge upset.
You know what? Harry and I discussed, well, I suppose he wasn't on the pod last week, but we were discussing, I thought the Chiefs were going to get their win, break
Discussed with yourself.
Yeah, I discussed with myself. I thought the Chiefs were going to get that win last week. I actually thought it was going to come a little bit earlier in the season. They have been underrated. They are playing at home. They are a strong side that, as Harry said, finally broke that streak, and the wins flooded after that. That's my impression. So, look, I'm keen to see the Chiefs get up here, and I'm going to be really, really tight on this one. I'm going to say they're going to win by 1.
Coward.
What? By 1?
You guys don't think? I just think the Blues are too clinical. I think a class above.
Right.
I literally think it's Crusaders, Blues, Daylight, the other three teams. That's for me.
Look, I think the Blues will finish higher than them on the table without a doubt. I just think the Chiefs are a lot better than what they're being given credit for. And if they can get a few little calls going their way, they are just so good. And I think their back row can easily cancel out the Blues back row, which is one of their biggest strengths. I think their second row probably isn't that far behind the Blues second row. I know Patrick Tuipulotu is probably a class above, but that's about it. And then the front row, I think again, like I really like Takeahoe. Aiden Ross is solid in a scrum. Takeahoe.
Oh, nice, Harry. You've joined us.
Yeah, I know. Rock solid in the scrum as well. So I don't think they're that far behind in the tight five, but the likes of their back line, like I just think they can actually take them. I don't think it's unreasonable.
I think it all comes down to who they play at 10.
Yeah, I agree.
It's an extremely important thing for them. That center combination is important, but if they can get good clean ball and a 10 that's directing around the paddock and getting the ball to those weapons, that's where they're going to win it.
Well, we tipped the game. Who are we all tipping to play 10? I'm going to tip Caleb Trask will start at 10.
Yeah, I think I'll go Caleb Trask.
Same.
Soft.